2001, September 11th happens, but another big event happened that a lot of people don't talk about.
Tell me.
China joins the WTO.
Wow.
Vince McMahon pulls the strings,
Yeah.
changes the storyline, and China, the big bad China, joins the WTO, and American companies get wet in the pussy.
Yes.
They go, ooh, we're sending our companies to China because we love your cheap labor.
It's what it is.
And it happens fast, dude. From 2001 to 2025, China rose up in 2 decades to become our rival.
Yeah, you have to understand.
Because of the WTO.
Because people always think about, like, it's hard for our brain sometimes to, like, let go of the present. But there was a time 30 years ago, I actually remember this being a kid, China was a country, a very big country, but like not at all on the economic superpower that it was, like not even close.
Oh, people didn't even wear shoes.
Yeah, just China was just like, it was like a country like a Vietnam or a Cambodia was just bigger. It was, they're making their things, but they're not. It was just the United States and Russia. That's just what it was.
There was nothing industrial about China. It was just agrarian, just farmers walking around in like little thong sneakers, shoes.
Yep.
And they were just eating rice and they were squatting down and they were wearing these hats to protect themselves from the sun or whatever. And they had ox pulling them around. They were sitting on ox and they were doing all types of things.
Yeah.
And then they got involved in international trade, and that is what started this new economic arms race. China just exploded. They threw tariffs on our stuff to protect themselves. They undervalued their currency. They really took advantage of becoming the world's factory.
So tell us about, I think you were just about to get to.
So the WTO works, but it benefits some rich countries, but not so much some poorer countries.
Right.
Right? Because the richer countries are going, hey, we're gonna not play by the rules.
Right.
We're gonna, we're not gonna take, like America, for example, is going, to protect our farmers, we're not gonna take your corn, we're gonna take our corn. And
got it.
so we didn't play by the rules in the WTO since we run it. They were a referee in a WWE wrestling match. So then some countries are benefiting and other countries are not.
Right.
So what happened?
One of the countries who's not benefiting is China.
No, China's benefiting.
China's benefiting.
Huge.
Who's not benefiting?
Brazil.
Okay.
Yeah, we put tariffs on their meat. We protect it because Brazil's got a lot of meat. It's got a lot of soybean, whatever. Brazil, it's not working out for Brazil. It's not working out for Russia. It's not working out for India. Yeah. Right? For whatever reason.
Oh, they're going to come together?
Yeah, and that's what happens. That's when the WTO just turns into jail rules and people start ganging up and it turns into factions.
Yes.
So now you got NAFTA, which then turns in 2020, it turns into something else because they're trying to look out for workers' rights and bullshit.
NAFTA turns into the USMCA. Donald Trump made it the United States, Mexican-Canada agreement.
Yeah.
So he just it's the same thing, but he just made it a little bit more beneficial for the U.S. because Donald Trump is the president that feels like the United States is always getting shafted.
Yeah.
And if he thinks that, then that's what I think.
Yeah. So basically, we're the rich guy. We're the rich guy who's got a lot of poor friends.
Yeah.
And we're always buying them dinner.
Yeah.
And we're going like, that's what you expect. But we're going like, I've paid for enough dinners. You guys got to start kicking in a little bit.
Right.
That's basically what's going on.
Right.
So then BRICS comes out, and BRICS is Brazil, Russia, India, and China.
Yeah.
So they start forming
their own
thing.
currency.
Yeah,
right?
they make their own. They're starting to they're trying to make their own currency, and they're trying to do their own trade agreements. Right now, you got South Korea, Japan, and China. Who are starting to strengthen their trade agreements.
So you just got one guy that looks the same.
Exactly.
He's got one. So that's one guy.
That's just one guy. They're going, look, to retaliate against us. They're strengthening their trade agreements.
You think when they show up to the meeting with the U.S., Trump's got to say, okay, which one's from which country?
It's just what has to happen.
If they turned around their name cards, you think Trump would say, so Japan?
It's a tough taste test. Yeah, it's a tough taste.
Yeah, he would say, I know one. He's, he'd say, I love Asia.
So they're retaliating right now, and some would say we're pushing our allies economically into our foes' hands. Because the reason why we're pulling the brakes on this is because China got too powerful. And so we feel like China's not playing fair anymore because they got these high tariffs on us, but they're a built-up nation.
Yes, this tariff war right now, even you agree, Yannis, it's about us versus China. The other countries are just there to be there, but it's us versus China. If China says we'll back off, Trump will pull off the tariffs from everybody.
That's why Biden kept the tariffs that Trump put in. It's about China. But like Donald Trump does, he goes in hard and he goes in and he just puts tariffs on fucking everybody.
Yeah.
So the big critique is like, you're going a little hard, man.
Yeah, if you want,
why are we going to war with Canada, dude?
Yeah.
Why do you want to buy Greenland, bro? What are you doing, bro?
Yeah.
Why, bro?
Yeah.
Why are we fucking putting tariffs on fucking Cambodia, dude?
Yeah.
I think even put a tariff on Antarctica. There's just penguins there.
Yeah.
We don't get anything from Antarctica.
Everyone gets it.
I think he put a fucking tariff on Mars.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy just put a tariff on everybody. You're going like, okay, maybe you're going a little too hard, man.
Yeah, that's what it is.
What are you doing, dude?
He just puts tariffs on people walking in. I mean, dude, anybody who wants to step up will get a tariff.
Yeah, I mean, the EU's our greatest friend, and it's like, bang, he's slapping them, and you're going, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, so.
What are you doing? They slapping Vietnam, and Vietnam's our new Chinese.
Yeah.
We moved, a lot of the American companies during COVID moved their fucking companies to Vietnam.
Do you think some of this might honestly be truthfully like a little bit of a psychological warfare where he wants the other countries to be like, yo, this guy is crazy, let's just do what he wants?
Well,
is it possible?
What you hope is that this is a negotiation tactic. This is a game of poker right now.
Yeah.
It's a game of poker. The problem is Donald Trump doesn't have a poker face.
Yeah.
He's very predictable. All you got to do is insult him, and he goes nuts.
Well, here's the thing, too. Here's what I just want to say, just a real quick thing is I want to say is, I understand that people are for tariffs, against tariffs. I think ultimately, if we're not economists, which we're not, we really don't know really what we're talking about. We're just taking wild steps. Yeah. But I will tell you this. Hey, some guy in Italy, in a couple months is going to get 6 to 8 weeks paid vacation. They're going to get paternity leave. They're going to get all that. We don't get any of that. You want to know why we don't get that? Because we pay, our debt pays for your freaking vacation time. Okay, guy? So we want the money back. You got to go to freaking Mykonos for 6 weeks, and I had to sit there in Disneyland like an asshole because I barely get any time off. So also, I know you're going to say, that the UK tax is higher, Europeans tax higher, and then because of those tax money that the people pay into, that's why they get more time off. That's why they get more freedoms. That's why they get free healthcare. Well, maybe some of that's true, but what's also true is we pay for a lot of your shit, guy. And so I just want the money back. I want to go to Mykonos too and cheat on my wife.
Yeah. But the problem is we set that system up. We said, hey, we want our bases over there. We want to control you guys. We don't want you guys to have a military anymore. We don't want Japan to have a military.
Maybe you should have saved the day in World War II. Instead, we had to do it. We were the ones. You made us drop that nuke on those people.
Yeah.
Ways of being.
That's what's happening. I mean,
but that's right.